Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Argos Anonymous. My name is Adam, and I have been itching to do a video on the August online showcase tournament that just took place recently, a couple weekends ago, and the number one deck, the deck that topped the tournament. And so this video is going to be just a brief review of that tournament breakdown and how diverse it was. And then we're going to do a deck tech on the number one deck so that you can torture your friends with it and have some fun. But I was waiting because I wanted to do it with this playmat. I love the Ayakuma Juggernaut art. I love it. I've talked about it before. You know, when they did the, let's see if we have it here. When they did the full art Ayakuma Juggernaut promo, I was super thrilled about it because I just love this art. And I saw this playmat in a video that Shard Source did a while ago. And I just, when I saw it, I was like, I gotta keep an eye out for this mat. I gotta get my paws on it, and I finally did. So yeah, we're gonna do this video, and we're gonna use this bling in the background to do it. So the online August showcase. This is something that Argent Saga has been doing in the face of the Chronopocalypse to try and keep people, playing and keep like a meta going. Some LGSs are still open and running events, but we haven't been able to do large in-person tournaments. So the online local is an outfit that is running these online showcases. And the one that took place August 7th through 9th was diverse. Like, look at this. This is cool. There's a lot of different decks in here. It's not like a 300 person hardcore meta tournament. It's just whoever wants to sign up from home. But still, it's nice to see a diverse breakdown of decks. You have some Metal Serpio, Rain's in there, Liam's in there, Gillian's in there, Hoenna's in there, a bunch of spirits are in there, and it's cool to see. But what took people a little by surprise, at least some people, was that Gillian Strigra took number one, beating out Metal Serpio, who was in second place. There's our final match breakdown. Air did have a strong showing, which is understandable because Sylphia was just set free. Sylphia, of course, is our legendary bird that also serves as basically a half board wipe when you play her. There's our Sylphia there. Whenever you have a new card that comes out, I think people jump on it. You'll notice every month there's a new chorus of that card's OP, and then the next month there's another card, and then every month or 2 months there's a new deck that's on top, which kind of keeps things fresh, But so since they just released Sylphia, a lot of people are playing Air to splash in Sylphia because that's the way. That's the way they're doing it these days, these kids and their crazy air decks. So anyway, Gillian though, let's talk about Gillian. This number one deck is a control deck. Now in Argent Saga, control is in all games because there's a variety of players. There's a certain segment of the player population who likes to play control. In Magic, control just completely eliminates your opponent's ability to play completely. It's just counterspell. 45 minutes later, you finally end up drawing your last card and you die a slow, painful death. So in Argent Saga, control is a little bit different because when you control a game, you've got to stay ahead of your opponent with card advantage, and you've got to be removing and bouncing and killing things or taking control of them, etc. Your opponent still gets to play cards, which means they're still in the game. It is difficult to play against control, and you need to plan for that. But my personal opinion is it's nice to have a diverse variety of decks. You can have aggro and mid game and late game strength, and you can have control, and I think that's okay. Or you can have shard destruction, you can have hand destruction, hand manipulation. There's a lot of different people, and everybody's different, and everybody likes different stuff. So having a variety of deck types and win conditions is I think healthy for a game. And if anything does become a problem, they, after a while, don't jump on it right away because people get upset in the short term, and then the long term, they accept things and move on. But after a while, if it's a problem, I'm sure they'll get rid of it. For now, Gillian is, here's what we got. We've got a Gillian control deck. Gillian is a 45 card deck. The reason is because Gillian as a champion gives you so much card draw because you're exhausting her basically every turn to draw spells off the top of your deck. She gives you so much card draw that if you don't have 45 cards in your deck, you might actually deck out and lose the game. So yeah, and you put spells in there, so it's fine. You put a bunch of spells in there, and you keep drawing extra cards, and that's how you have insane card advantage against your opponent. Strigra or Kite could really be used. In fact, the tournament winner, you'll notice, I'll put the deck list over here. There's the deck list for those of you who want it. And now you're done. If that's all you want, have a nice day. It's at 5 minutes. I'll put that in the comments. If anybody wants the deck list, it's at 5 minutes. Anyway, you could do Kite, and the tournament winner sideboarded Kite into his deck list so that he could, switch him out depending on the circumstances. But starting with Strigra is nice because, if you're playing with Gillian, Strigra lets you pick a card, and you can start with Corona on top, and then you can use Corona with 3 eccentric visitors, right, to keep restoring your spirit to kill. In this deck too, because you have bounce cards like Ancient Serpent's Breath, for example, you can play an eccentric, restore, use Corona to kill something, Ancient Serpent's Breath the eccentric back, play it again, restore your spirit, use Corona, kill it again, etc., etc., etc. And you have a lot of manipulation removal that way. But let's just go through the deck list. We'll go top to bottom and just kind of talk about it. And what you're trying to do really is just keep a ton of removal cards in your hand, and then you just run your opponent into the ground by killing and removing and killing and removing, killing and removing until they have nothing left. And then once your opponent is just top decking to try and take you out, that is when you move in with your big stuff and you start to kill towers without real consequence. So to begin, we'll go over the air package. Now, just like most air packages, of course, you're going to have a Sylphia in here. Sylphia, your Spirit of Air, is just your big bird unit. After Sylphia, you're going to have 3 Vabriel's Gift. That's your Demonic Tutor. Lets you search for any card. And then 3 Guiding Winds to give you some extra card draw to keep your deck moving, and also give you flexibility of removing an opponent's creature, delaying a turn, or bouncing your own creatures back to your hand, like Sylphia, and then playing it again for more widespread removal. The other 3 green cards you're going to have in here are Omega Magic Kaze. Kaze is great for keeping you alive, and it can be free to play if you're down a bunch of towers, which you probably will be, especially if you're playing aggro. Keeps you alive and keeps you drawing cards, which in this deck means more removal. So Kazi is like a free, now I'm still alive, draw a card, oh good, now I have removal, and then you get to do your shenanigans. So that's your air package. Moving on to the blue package, we'll start off with a big blue unit. You're going to have as appropriately as you expect with this playmat, an Ayakuma Juggernaut. He's a great blocker, helps you just kind of stay alive in the game. And you can protect him with a Shard Drain, which is good. Then you're going to have a Lloyd. I guess we'll go to that last. Stormcaster is our next one. So we'll have a Stormcaster of Azure Tower, just a powerhouse unit to come in late game. You have 1 Mayu. Mayu Grand Sources lets you bring back spells from your graveyard and then play it for free. Now, Mayu is a nasty combo in here because if you think about it, if you've got a Mayu and a Sylphia out, and something else, we'll just say a Juggernaut, but it could be anything. It could be a magical Gigant, for example. And then you have a Tidal Rush in your hand. So you can you can play a Tidal Rush and bounce 2 things back to your hand using the Shard Drain ability. And then because you use Shard Drain, you can activate Mayu's ability and put the 3rd thing on top of your deck and then draw it next turn. Then when you play Mayu again, after that, you get to recur Tidal Rush from your hand. And so you can actually do this nasty combo of replaying Mayu and replaying Sylphia, wiping your opponent's board, and then bring back Tidal Rush indefinitely. And once you get to turn 10, basically, you have this infinite looping combo of Sylphia, Mayu's, Tidal Rushes, and whatever your 3rd thing is. And it's cruel. It's cruel. It's not unstoppable, but it's powerful. It's a powerful thing. So then you're gonna have 3 Reactive Runes over there, and then you're gonna have 3 of these Ancient Serpent's Breath to give you more removal. You're gonna have 3 Phantasmal Guards just to delay the game and throw it on Guardian units. Of course, you'll have 3 Omega Magic Mizu again just to delay the game. If you read that, you've got abilities to prevent your opponent from attacking, or you can draw more cards, is fine. And then you'll have 3 Phantasmal Storm, obviously just to kill stuff, and to use a Shard Drain ability from your discard, which can synergize with Mayu. Then you'll have 3 of these Tidal Rush, which we already talked about, and 3 board wipes, Celestial Magic Chronostasis, to bury everything. So just a ton of removal and a ton of control shenanigans. In your Argent package, oh, I forgot, Kako. Don't forget Kako. So you're going to have 1 Kako, Brother of Destiny. Kako is a way to just recycle your Mayu and your Sylphia, just in case you lose them to the discard. Fine. So then moving on to your Argent package, you're going to have 3 Eccentric Visitor. This is to use with Corona. Corona lets you soul burst your spirit, basically, to destroy a unit. And then Eccentric Visitor, if you're down towers, lets you restore your spirit. So then you can use Corona again and remove and remove and remove. So that's what that's for. Then you're going to have, of course, 3 Bone Scavenger to interrupt your opponent's shenanigans with their discard. Bone Scavenger is just an essential card to have right now with the kind of decks that are out there. You're going to put 1 Lloyd Travel of Worlds in here because your deck is full of spells, and Lloyd gives you 3 more spells from your discard underneath Lloyd that you can then start casting again. So it's just you get basically 3 cards back, and you get a beater in the late game that you could attack with if you want. But anyway, 3 Magical Gigants because after several turns have gone by, you'll be casting this for free, right? Because it costs less to cast if you have more spells in your discard. So Magical Gigant, you might as well have that to cast for free. And then is that it? I think that's it. Again, for shards, the winner started with Corona and 3 Zephyr Crystal, but in the sideboard, had Kite in there, so he could switch up his spirit. And then, Gargas and things to fight aggro, like Shard Spider's a great sideboard card to help keep you alive against aggro. People use Silverstone Sentinels if you're playing against someone like Rain or Liam that has a lot of activated abilities. You can use Sentinel to just keep drawing cards, which in this deck gives you infinite removal possibilities to manipulate and molest your opponent. And that's it. That's it, boys and gals. That's your Gillian Strigra Argent Saga Showcase Tournament in August. #1 deck. Congratulations, Wyatt. They handed out some sick prizes for this tournament. Metal Kites. It's the second round of Metal Kites that went out. Will it be the last? Nobody knows. Could be, but maybe not. And so right now there's 2 golds, 2 silvers, 2 bronzes, and something like 10 rainbow kites, I think, are what you have out there in circulation. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Put it in the comments. If you have any criticisms or changes, put it in the comments. Let us know. If you love playing Gillian, let us know. If you hate Gillian, you want to take her outside and let us know that too. Some people love control and some people hate control. And that's how it is. Everyone's different. Everyone's got their own way to crack an egg. And that's okay. Different's okay. Think of it too as a challenge, right? Like if all decks were just, I'm going to kill you fast or I'm going to kill you slow, the same way, then it's not diverse enough. It's good to have to think about how am I going to fight against control? How am I going to deal with aggro? Like it's a little extra spice, and I don't mind it. I like Gillian because when I play against Gillian, I know I have to keep my hand full. I've got to have cards in my sideboard to keep drawing new cards, right? Because often you'll get it down she's like 4 towers down, and then she starts to gain control, and you start running out of cards. So one way to deal with Gillian is you put cards in your sideboard that let you draw more cards, right? Reload your hand. Have things that get you even 2 or 3 more cards against Gillian can win you the game at the right time. So that would be my suggestion if you're struggling against Gillian. All you need to do is to prevent yourself from being in the position where you're top decking for the rest of the game. Reload your hand and then kill her. Take the win. That's my suggestion. Enjoy that, Argent Saga Nights. I'm really excited to show you some coming up here, some things to look forward to in August. We've got not in August. It already is August. In September, we've got the September LGS kit. Has a ton of new promos, which is cool, including some long-awaited promos. And then we've got October Echoes of Hoken is coming, and we've got Loot Box number 3 is coming, which is going to have a green package. So it's good. It's looking good. Corona Apocalypse aside. Looking good. Argos out.